Alright, hello everyone, my name is Shep, welcome back to the Butcher's Circus, and today we are gonna be playing with the Sergi Squad. So this is a team that was made by Sergi the Grim. I'm not gonna spoil what happened in the previous tournament, but he got very far in the tournament, and he kind of showcased this team to the world, and so we're gonna showcase it to the world yet again today. The last time I made a video on it, I was kind of skeptical. I wasn't entirely sure of how powerful this team could be, but let's just say my skepticism was kind of shattered in the tournament because we did play together and he did use it to very good effect. So I forgot to change the background. I could have made a background that would be more in line with what this team is like, but I didn't do that. But I did change the name to There Is No Justice in This World, except it didn't actually work. It's only ends up going to the WOR, which is kind of annoying, but what can you do about it? Right now I'm thinking of actually just flaring here. How does this team work? How does the Serge Squad work? Well, it's a team that has a very good matchup against damage, because it has a support Arbos, so that's very helpful. It has a Reclaim on the Flagrant as well as Snuff, so that's very helpful. It has a very tanky Crusader, which still gets hit by a crit 17, but not the end of the world right now. We're just gonna drop a Reclaim after this, and it has an Abomination here which can both stun and drop the V-Spiles and also transform for that amazing horror with the Regis Cloak. It's overall a very solid team. What it really suffers against is the Shep stress teams, because it doesn't quite have as much stress output as they have. If the Crusader gets disrupted or something like that happens, it is kind of annoying, and of course you don't have that stress artillery in the backline, you have an Arbos instead. You could run an Arbos with suppressing fire, but honestly the idea behind this team is that you just get some collateral damage going with your DOTs, and you bring your character down to 0, and if you start doing that, you can win through both stress and damage. You have to force your opponent to heal, and things are just going to be amazing for you, so that is kind of the idea behind it. Interesting that they don't have Flare here. It's not really going to matter too much unless I try going for a stun, which I could. I could definitely go for a stun. I'm not sure if I have a little bit of a different setup compared to Sergi. I didn't actually look back at the matches to see what he was bringing, but it was something like this. I'm pretty sure the Abomination was like this, the Flagrant was like this. Maybe the Crusader had Sacred Blade for some bizarre reason, but I honestly think that having the Pit Fighter's Helm here is going to be overall better. So right now I could just drop yet another Acclaim on that Abomination, and that is exactly what I'm going to drop right now. I don't see anything wrong with this. I still have the Arbos heal, I still have the Crusader heal, I have my Abomination ready to spam those V-Spiles, so we have a very solid team setup here with all the healing and all the Gucci stuff that we have. Right now, I'm just gonna drop another... Ooh, crit heal for 12, that's very nice. I'm gonna drop another V-Spile here, hopefully try to get a crit. No crit, sadly, but you can see that the DOT is stacking up. They can cure bleeds, but they can't cure the blights on these characters, and they also can't cure the stress, so we are slowly but surely getting closer to a victory here. We're gonna take a little bit of damage, not actually enough to bring us down to 0, so that's quite nice. So I'm just gonna go ahead and drop a Zealous here, hopefully get a hit. Oh, that's sad, no hits. A hit there would have been very good. Yeah, this team also suffers a lot against dodge teams, but I mean, it is very rare. It is very rare that you actually face a dodge team, so you shouldn't worry too much about that. We only take 5 damage there, which is wonderful, and I'm gonna go for this, and that means that the doggy is actually going down to 0 right now, which means he's gonna have to start healing. But after he heals, he gets hit by another ability or something of the likes. Oh, he's gonna go Hanseri. I dodge. Oh, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. I actually get a dodge there, huh? Yeah, that means I don't even get put down to 0. That means I'm just gonna drop another V-Spile, go for the 40. No kill though, no kill with that 40. I still feel like this is the best idea I could go for. Just a V-Spile. I could have gone for a stun, prevent him from self-healing. But honestly, I feel like just doing damage to the Occultist at the same time is honestly better, so I'm just going ahead like this. Honestly, my team is still in perfect shape. They aren't worried about anything. If my Flagellant gets hit, he still has all 5 of his heals. If my Crusader gets hit, he has regen, he has the Arbol support. This team is very tanky. It is very difficult to break through a team like this. We somehow don't get the kill, which is very annoying. But now we have regen, we have our healing capabilities already activated because we have taken a lot of bleed. Does that do 4 damage? Yes, Chef, that definitely does 4 damage. There's a mark on there. So that means I probably want to heal, right? Yeah, I'm gonna heal with the Arbalist here. I think that's the best thing I could do. And we get a crit 20. That is actually a mineral, but with a crit. So of course I'm not going to complain about it whatsoever. And we still have regen. The Arbalist can definitely do 20 damage here. She's probably gonna try to do that. And after she does that, I'm just gonna go ahead and drop her. Wow, she does 10. That's gotta be mineral. Yeah, I guess the 55 prot does really help out here, huh? So yeah, let's drop a punish. We failed the the funny hit chance, sadly. But yeah, that means the doggy's gonna stay alive for a little bit, but we're still gonna be aggressive. Please don't stab. Okay, they're gonna go vulnerability hex. Well, that's definitely an affliction. That's not amazing, but I feel like I've dealt more than enough. Overall pressure to my opponent to just be able to win this from now on. If that doggy would just, you know, go away for once, he is somehow still alive. As you can see, you don't really have any confirmed kill potential at all. The best thing you have for that is the Writ of Execution, and obviously it's not perfect. It's very, very far from perfect. They're gonna go for Chop here, which is definitely a misplay. My opponent must be getting a little bit frustrated by this Crusader just somehow managing to stay alive. And we're gonna get a Fearful move back as expected, and the Holy Lance misses, of course, and the Houndmaster still lives. This doggy should not be alive. I have failed way too many 70s and way too many Death Store checks. He's still not gonna heal though, he is that wild, he still does not want to heal. I could drop a Redeem here, but I'm gonna drop a heal with my Arbalist first, and then I'm gonna drop a Redeem, and then I'm gonna drop a Beast File by the start of next round, and then the doggy will die. Let's see if we can make that happen. Also, another good thing about this team is that it's relatively easy to play, and I mean relatively because your offensive abilities are basically just, you know, Beast File Zealous, so it's just a matter of when do I go offensive. That is going to be the question here. When do I go offensive? When do I go defensive? And you're playing. Oh, if you're playing against these damage teams, you can see, well, they're focusing this character down, so I have to be defensive. I have to care for him. I'm gonna drop the heals. I'm gonna flare away the stuns and the marks. I'm gonna drop regents and just try to win that way. Looks like they're gonna try to kill me through a heart attack by this at this point. Yeah, it's not working out too well for them otherwise. But here comes the Beast Smile. Watch the double kill. Wow, I missed the doggy again with an 83% hit chance. I missed the doggy, and I also don't get the kill on the occultist. Can we get like some sort of review on the RNG today? Because I think this person has been very lucky. They're not a novice, so they don't have the novice RNG anymore. I'm not sure how they're getting this lucky, I will say. Not exactly sure. Well, I'm just gonna heal here. Hopefully Fearful doesn't be like, no, get your dirty hands away from me. But no, Fearful doesn't say anything like that. Fearful's fine. Though a crit sniper shot here would not kill me, but it would be very close. It would be very close to killing me. Marks himself, thank you, Hopeless, and goes for the Hunter, which misses. But the Fearful just passes anyway, so thank you, Crusader. And that doggy is gonna stay alive, because I'm probably gonna have to drop a regen here. I'm not sure if it's even worth it anymore. But yeah, it is worth it. It is worth it to drop a regen here. Let's just at least try to keep this Crusader alive for a couple more rounds. Yeah, this is... watch them get the first kill with the 25. Yeah, just watch it. Watch them get the 25 immediately. Yep, I knew it, man. I knew it. This game is so rigged. This game is literally the definition of rigged. Unbelievable, actually unbelievable. Well, I finally get a kill, but I somehow still missed that occultist. I missed the 90, by the way. This game is just absolute unbelievable amounts of rigged sometimes. Yeah, they're gonna go for a chop here, but I don't really mind. That's a heal on my other characters. And if I kill this occultist here, I would technically not have anything hitting me. But I'm just gonna go ahead and drop a heal on the flagellant now. So yeah, we've lost one character, which obviously isn't ideal, but you know, it's not the end of the world. That occultist is still at 0. He should technically be dead by now as well. But you know, what can I do? Do you think their stab does 11 damage? No, they're gonna go vulnerability hex. Well, you can't do the same trick on my flagellant. He has gone to the absolution, so it's gonna take you way longer to take him out compared to compared to that Crusader, and we get to just drop a big punish here on the left, so he's already suffering massively. Sadly for my opponent, the Invigorating Balm is a trash trinket, so it didn't really work out too well for them. But the heals could potentially do something. Right now I could go for a stun here. A stun might generally be my best play. And yeah, I am gonna go for it, making sure that I don't miss, make sure that Cultist doesn't get this action. So at round 7, my Abomination finally goes for something that isn't Beast File. And honestly, Sergi doesn't play the team like this. He doesn't just spam Beast File. He likes to transform, he likes to go for other moves, he likes to stun a fair bit, even when I honestly don't think it's a good idea. He does very much like this stun. Now, I may have just committed a misplay because my opponent has Blind Fire. Honestly, their best move at this point is to Blind Fire and hope that they somehow hit my flash shot and somehow get the kill here. Because that is probably their only chance of victory from now on. Do you think they're gonna do it? Do you think they're gonna Blind Fire here? That would be hilarious. Are they thinking about it? They are gonna Blind Fire! Oh, and it did hit my flatulent, but it did not get the kill. There's a bit of justice in this round. Unbelievable, actually unbelievable that they went for the blind fire. Well played to Destruct Z51. They went for the best idea. And you know, it does make sense that my name right now is There Is No Justice in this world, because there really isn't. There really is no justice in this world. Well, I'm just gonna transform and go for it. I mean, not transform, I'm just gonna go for another stun there. Even if we don't get the kill, the stun was more than a 50-50, so from now on this match should pretty much be a confirmed win, because I still have Exsanguinates. I could miss the Exsanguinates, but yeah, Destruct does surrender here, so let's go on for a match number 2 where there's hopefully just a bit more justice. Alright, and here we go for a match number 2, and this time we're actually playing against Mr. D's underdog, though it is a very changed out underdog. It's not the underdog. It's the same 4 characters, but it's being played very differently. That's the team where you bring defensive Flagellant with the Reclaim, or Suffer, you bring a dodge doggy, you bring a Bounty Hunter, not with Spiked Bat, though I do very much like the idea of the Spiked Bat Bounty Hunter. That means that they're gonna get the bleed on my Crusader, which is very cool, and they have an Arbalist here with a kill shot. Okay, interesting. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and start off with Bulwark of Light. It's not gonna help against the overwhelming amount of DOT that my opponent has, but it is going to help against the direct damage move, so I'm still gonna go ahead and do it. I might generally lose this match because the DOT pressure is gonna be very difficult for me to fight. I'm definitely gonna have to drop a Beast File and hope that it works. Are they gonna start off with the Caltrops? Yes, they are. Maybe I should have started off with the Beast File. That was an idea, but honestly I felt like dropping the Bulwark first is more in line with what you should typically do, so we're gonna drop the Beast File now, and it's gonna be perfectly okay. Of course, they can still Rain of Sorrows, it will definitely still hurt, but we have big heals with the Arbalist, we have clear bleeds, so I'm hoping that that will be enough to, you know, at least stay alive for enough rounds here as we try going a little bit more aggressive overall. And I probably want to drop a Punish here. It is... oh, it's going to miss. I'm gonna drop it on the Flagellant instead. It's not ideal, but since he doesn't have Content of Absolution, we can kind of attrition him out here. It's what I'm gonna try doing here. But yeah, against a team like this, we might be seeing where the Serge Squad does falter. I'm gonna go for the Handseri here. I missed the riposte. Yeah, really not too much I can do about that. I could heal myself here already. Not sure if that's the smartest play. The hit chance sucks. Yeah, that's one Caltrops cleared, so let's keep that in mind. I can clear the Caltrops bleeds, and I will most definitely try doing that with my heals. It's gonna take a lot of rounds, but we could do it. She only hits for 9, that's because she doesn't have the Piercing Quarrel. Fallen Angel here is an apprentice, so they are probably gonna do... they don't have all the best trinkets, but they're still playing very well with the trinkets that they do have. They still have a very competent team here, so congrats on that. I'm gonna go ahead and drop yet another Zealous, which misses. There really is no justice in this world, huh? There is absolutely no justice. I could try to transform Slam this Flagellant, and I will if he doesn't go for a heal right now. Oh, is he gonna go Rain of Sorrows? That's risky. My riposte could very well deal 8 damage if I get a crit. No, he's gonna go Exsanguinate. Somehow hits with his 85 accuracy. Yeah, kind of sucks. Oh, and I get bled as well. Well, it's not gonna matter too much because I'm gonna clear it, but that's still ridiculous. And I missed the beast smile too. Yes, I am loving how this match is turning out. I am absolutely adoring it. Okay. Okay, let's chill for a bit. Please don't get the come hither pull. I have snuff. Okay, snuff does pay off here. The snuff saves me, even if for only a little bit. And let's go ahead and drop a heal onto that Crusader, because that's way too much DOT on him. That Exsanguinate should never have landed. Even with the spiked bat, it was still just a 50-50, so... 2 spiked bats, huh? That's a very cool setup, 2 spiked bats. They're gonna go for the sniper shot. They hit me for 22, which is definitely a big amount, but you know, with 40 prot, you are a very, very tanky arbalist, thankfully. And I'm just gonna go ahead and drop another punish here on the Flagellant. Keep trying to exhaust him. If I do manage to exhaust him, my Flag will be kind of a raid boss at the end. So I'm gonna see if I can make that work. As long as I keep the rest of my characters alive. Please don't do 10 damage. I have 40 prot. Crit number 2, Electric Boogaloo. 2 crits. Okay, I got it, man. I got it. 2 crits. Let's go ahead and drop a heal on ourselves. We roll for 11. That's enough to save me, considering that the mark has gone away, thankfully. But they're gonna go for another pull, another shot, and another bounce rush. Hopefully the pull doesn't work. Once again, it's a 20, and it does not work. Thank the heavens. I'm just gonna go ahead, click, and drop another Beast Smile, or do I not? Now I'm gonna transform this time. I'm gonna transform slam that Flagellant. I feel like it is the time for action, and action we get with the slam on the Flagellant. Force my opponent to heal them. At some point you have to realize, okay, you know what, I have to start going aggressive here. I have to transform, I have to go for the slams, and see if we can win the match that way. Are they gonna go Harry here? You no longer have the House Rush. They do decide to Harry. That's an interesting idea, especially considering that, you know, Holy Lance is coming. It's a 30 to get the kill. I'm definitely gonna roll for it if I can. And we do get the 30% death blow, so we punish our opponent for being risky with their characters. And now they are down 1 character against the Serge Squad, which is definitely amazing, because you already know my next plan right now is to start going as defensive as possible and keep my characters alive. I'm just gonna curl up into a little cocoon right now and try to protect myself. They're gonna go for the sniper shot here, which is an interesting idea, because no, they do get the kill here. Yeah, they will be able to get the kill. The problem with using my Crusader there is that now I no longer have a heal, and they get to go first next round as well, which is definitely unfortunate, because they have... Oh, that's an 85 to kill me. There's no point dropping a reclaim. Yeah, that's an 85 to kill. That's a bit much. That is a bit much. I'm just gonna drop a punish here. 85 to kill at an arbalist, or is it an 85 or is it an 80? I don't know, but I do know that it's not worth dropping a reclaim at this point because my arbalist will die. I still feel it's a worthwhile trade, especially with the hard that we applied, but goodbye arbalist, you did well. But you didn't do well enough. But you did well, yeah, that's for sure. I have a heal now with the Flagellant, so that's amazing. And I'm just gonna go ahead and drop another Zealot here. And another miss on the doggy. Yeah, keep missing that doggy. Keep missing him. That is just being lovely. That's exactly what we want to see. And honestly, this might be the one misplay my opponent has done in their team building, which is having Cry Havoc on the Houndmaster. That's just terrible. If they had the stun here, they could stun my Abomination and maybe try going for a kill. That would have been amazing if they were able to do that, but yeah, of course, they're not going to be able to do it, since they don't have the Blackjack. You should definitely have Blackjack on a doggy that already starts in position 2. There's really no reason not to. You should also have the Guard. The Guard is always good to have. In some situations, it's going to be nice, but you know, I still like the setup that they have. Monkey's Paw and Attack Whistle is one of my favorites. Well, Bounty Hunter, you're at death's door. You do have the Spiked Bat, so you can do 13 damage to my Abomination, but I'd imagine that with 20 prot, you likely need a crit, or a very good roll. Yeah, probably a crit. Probably a crit. Also, I heard from someone in the comments that the damage against the Daze actually only increases the max roll, not the min roll, which would explain why the damage rolls on Finish Him are so goddamn wacky. It would definitely explain it, though I do find it to be kind of not believable, but you know, if they do say it, it makes sense, because the Finish Him really has wacky damage rolls against the characters that are dazed. As you can see, it has plus 30% damage versus days, and if it increased only the maximum damage and not the minimum damage, it would definitely explain why I got like a 3 to 10 damage roll on that a couple days ago. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and drop a Zealous here because that's gonna come with a hell of a lot of stress and maybe damage on the Houndmaster, so that's definitely more being dealt onto that Bounty Hunter, and now I'm just keeping my opponent in check here, making sure that the Bounty Hunter is getting closer down to 0 each and every single round, or, you know, just staying at 0 HP each and every single action, and that they take even more stress so I can win the match that way. They're gonna go for the Collect Bounty. It only does 5 damage, and at this point it is very difficult for my opponent to win this. I could go ahead and drop a regen. I think that might genuinely be a good play. Or I could drop a... Now let's drop a regen. I think dropping a regen here is smart. Let's do that, and we're gonna go for a Transform Slam. If it doesn't get the kill, it'll be kind of annoying, but at least there won't be a Bounty Hunter corpse after that, so it won't be the end. I mean, there won't be a Flagellant corpse after it, and we'll also do a lot of horror, so even if we don't get the kill, we'll probably still win through horror. So let's just go ahead and do that anyway. And let's see, do I get the kill? No, I do not get the 40, but with all the horror that we've been applying, now you're gonna go Afflicted, you're gonna have a heart attack very soon. And now the Arbos is in position too as well, which is definitely helpful. If she tries going for a bullet here, it's really not going to help her. Do you do 2 damage with the Hound's area is my question. Yes, you do. 2 damage onto everyone. That means my Flagellant is dropping down to 0 here. Keep in mind, with the Snuff, I only have 86 accuracy on my Exsanguinate. So, do I really want to drop an Exsanguinate here? Answer is hell nah, I do not want to drop an Exsanguinate. I'm instead gonna drop a Redeem here on this Abomination, just keep him alive. Could have dropped it on the Crusader as well, but I think the Abomination here is overall a better pick. And see if we can win the match from there. So yeah, one of a kind of a disaster situation here with Serge Squad playing in something just this DOT heavy. But it is working out relatively well for us, I will say. I'm gonna try going for the V-Smile kill here. I think that's my best play. It's also gonna do stress, so yeah, that's probably the best thing I can do right now. V-Smile into Holy Lands on the Arbalist, and then even if they kill my Crusader, somehow I will still have a Flagellant for the end of the match, and things will just be amazing for me. So yeah, no more Bounty Hunter for you, and now there's an Affliction on there, also lots of stress. Ego's abusive, so say goodbye to your Monkey's Paw dodge, and now here comes the Holy Lance. So was there justice in the second match? That's my question. Well, there was definitely way more justice in the second match than there was in the first one, but yeah, I still feel like there was a slight lack of justice. Smart up, your incompetence will get us all killed. And look, he does have the blackjack, he does have his little cudgel. He hit the Arbos with it and somehow caused the bleed. Can you imagine if blackjack caused the bleed? Would that be good? I'm not entirely sure. Like, it would make sense because, you know, it's a spiked. So it kind of looks like the spiked bat, honestly. It looks very much like the spiked bat, and it would make synergy with his attack whistle and all that stuff. I will learn the verses, father, not the whip, please. Jeez. Poor little Crusader. Is that canon? Is that canon? Was he struck by his father as an infant? I hope not. That is a very sad thing to hear. Little Crusader, he's a poor chap, isn't he? Yeah. All the characters in Darkest Dungeon have kind of horrible backstories, though. Let's be honest. I usually try not to think too much of them and give them my own backstories, for example. But okay, the Arbalist, what does she want to do here? She's definitely in the rough spot, but she's gonna drop a ball. That's probably not gonna do enough damage. Yeah, it would be way easier for my opponent to win this if they had the. Oh, he is irrational, so maybe he's being silly. Yeah, he's probably just doing silly things. Yeah, it would be way easier for my opponent to win this if instead of Eagle Eye Talisman they had the Piercing Quarrel. But since they don't, I love that act out. Light may bless my allies so they may stop fooling around. Yeah, that's one of my favorites, honestly. I'm gonna go for a punish here, but let's just drop the Dirty. How did I take so much damage? Why am I bleeding for this much? Did I get hit by an Exsanguinate? Oh, I dropped the Reclaim while I was close to this, so it dealt way more bleed than I thought it would. I only cleared 2 Caltrips bleeds with my Hounds, no, not Hounds area, with my bandages. Surprisingly, honestly. Can I still lose this? I might still lose this if both these characters say no to the heals, which I don't think is possible. But could 2 characters say no to a heal? I'm not sure. Well, thank you, Abomination. That is definitely not what I wanted to do, but it's gonna have to make do. And the Arbalist is gonna go afflicted here at last. What does she get? She gets selfish. That 5 dodge might actually make the difference here. Might make my Crusader just whiff as he has been in the last couple of rounds, but no, he does hit, but he still doesn't get the kill. This match is being very difficult to close out. Oh, I was thinking of actually healing my Flagellum so it wouldn't drop down to 0. Well, it's too late for that. I have to go for the Exsanguinate now. And that means that the corpse is gone, which is definitely helpful here. Fun fact, you cannot miss corpses. No matter how bad your accuracy is, you do not miss corpses. At least I'm pretty sure that's how it is. I've never seen a corpse miss. I mean, I've never seen a miss on a corpse. I've never seen a corpse do an action, so yeah, I've never seen a corpse miss. That was technically correct. I have never seen a corpse miss, huh? Funny how English works. Okay, here comes the Holy Lands, and 50, we do finally get it, and as of round 9, it is a 1v3 against this Houndmaster. Can he win with the Abusive? He's not gonna do 0 damage, not between Abusive and Last Hero Standing. He says, brace up, you damnable fools, as he is alone, trying to win this match, very much on his own. But right now I get to go for a stun here, or do I? Yeah, I do get to go for a stun, he just moves forward. And it is very likely to stun, and with this Houndmaster stunned, yeah, I'm just gonna heal my other characters for just a touch, 2 HP, and it is gonna be a surrender from Fallen Angel. So big GG's to them. Hope you all enjoyed this showcase of the Serge Squad. It's definitely a very solid team. You should definitely play it once or twice, get a good feel for it, and in case you do face it, you will know how to overall counter it, though it's more of a matchup dependent team. If you have a team that's good against it, you're gonna do well. If you have a team that's bad against it, you're not gonna do very well, but you always have a win chance regardless of how bad the matchup. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you again another time. Cheers.